Right, okay, I'm back with part 4 of the TL-01 restoration, and before I get on to the main part of the video, I thought I would just show off the chassis with its, as far as I can tell, completed. So I've stuck the speed controller down, I've stuck the ESC, the receiver down, I've stuck the aerial down, which is really the place I can kind of stick it. I was thinking about putting the receiver here, but then I didn't really want all of the wires and whatnot going all across. That's more of just an OCD thing, but it probably would have been fine. So it looks grey on the camera, but it's not, it is black. And yeah, I've got the cables for this all running underneath. It's all neat and tidy. Zip tied that. I did have to buy some new ones of these and these. So now that's the two new things I had to get. The oil-filled shocks are on. Is nice. And the hinge pins are on. So there's that. And yeah. And there's that little panel that I made myself. I think the only thing I'm probably going to replace on this is going to be the motor, just because everything else is quite new, whereas that's a few years old at this point. So definitely replace that. But anywho, the purpose of this video, better not be another bloody delivery van knocking on the door. Okay, it was not, and I kind of jostled the camera there. Yeah, I'm trying. It's a bit of an awkward position, like the camera's right in front of me and I'm behind it. There's not a lot of space in order to try and get this in where I can actually reach as well. So in order to try and do this, I've had to kind of, my foot is underneath the tripod just to allow me a bit more forward direction. So yeah, it is actually quite uncomfortable, I have to say. But yeah, on to the main purpose of this video. Got some paint, some black, some white, and hopefully metallic red. Yep, I wasn't sure about the color. I might have gone for metallic blue instead, but I'm sure red will look fine. Since this is going to be the runner body, I've actually got plans to do a nice body. I'm going to forego the Focus that I'm going to try and do, and instead I'm going to try and do something else, which I'm not going to give the game away. I will of course make a video about it if I can actually do it, but it does require me getting some decals from MCI Racing, which I've never done before, so yeah, hopefully that'll be fine. But the body shell, courtesy of JKRC, is, yeah, it's an Audi A4 Quattro Touring. Since I've never had one, I thought I would grab, wait, which lever goes upwards? Yeah. So, yeah, an Audi A4 Quattro Touring. Yep. I'm not going to put the touring decals on though. This is just going to be made to look like a road car, because like I said, this is the runner body, and I do have plans for the nicer body, which won't be run. So yep, and here we have all the decals. The plastic parts. Very nice. These will be spray painted black. And what came with it are some stickers and even a pen. They've never actually sent a pen before, so interesting. But yeah, this is going to be the body, the A4. Pre-cut. It is nice. It is nice. I've never had one before, so I wanted a shell that was new to me. And this does fit perfectly on the chassis, although the body posts are still a little bit bent, but as you can see, perfect fit. Obviously just need to adjust things a bit here and there. Concerning is that there's obviously no foam bumper like the TT-01 and the TT-02, so might try and do something with that. I'm not sure, because there's going to be a lot of inward movement there if this takes an impact. But yeah, so yeah, metallic red. Plastic parts will be black. Hopefully I've got enough. I do have, I was gonna say, I do have some in, like half a can in the loft, but there's hardly any in that. So hopefully there'll be enough in the can to do the whole body and give these a quick spray as well. Yeah, maybe I should have bought two. So yeah. But anyway, this whole video is going to be the body. So I'm also going to do the painting in it as well and showing it off. So this is going to be this whole video is going to be about the body and painting it and showing it once it's completed. So yeah, so a few days are going to pass at this point because fair amount to do. Got to cut it out, sand it down, mask everything up because there's quite a few masking for every single window, and then yeah, put on the normal decals. So oh god. And there's going to be a fair amount of masking up as well because I've got to mask off this front splitter here, both skirts, and the rear bumper here. So yeah. Yeah, hopefully though this will look nice. I was questioning it once I bought this that maybe the blue would look nicer with the Audi, but I'm sure metallic red will be fine. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. And it was sent in this box, the TT-02, which was interesting. It's a shame I don't like the new Supra. Otherwise I'd have cut this out and kept it, but yeah, don't like it. It doesn't look anything. It doesn't look as nice as the previous one, I should say. And even more weird is that they used the same box for the top and the bottom. So I've got two of the same box. They could have used a different one for this, and I'd have been happy. But no, they had used two of the not very good Supras. I do not like these at all. I think they look ugly compared to the previous one. Controversial opinion, I know, and I've just realised I'm spitting all over the screen of my phone. Oh god, I don't want to touch anything and then it cancels the recording. Yeah, okay. So yeah, not much left to say for this bit, but yeah, the next segment will probably be showing it cut out and masked off, since there's no point in showing anything else when nothing major has happened. So, ooh, shiny hands. Yeah, the next part will be this cut out and masked off. So, and then obviously I have to give these a paint. There might be some black paint in the garage I can use, but I have to have a look for that. But what I might do is give this a coat, then give this a coat, then give this a coat, and then give this a coat. I don't think this needs many coats. 2 or 3 should be fine, and then I can just like plaster the rest on that. So yeah, I'm gonna paint the mirrors black and the spoiler black. So like I said, this is going to be a runner body, so I want it to look nice because it will be on the shelf for the time being, but at the same time it doesn't need to look too good because it will probably get wrecked anyway. Although this TL-01, even with the 15-turn motor, doesn't seem very fast. So yeah, actually I've even I can't remember what it's called, but it's stuff you spray on real tires to give it a bit of a sheen back. I've sprayed all of these with that. So, yeah. I tell you, putting these in, nightmare. Because you have to take the half the chassis off. But in order for me to do that, I had to take one of these hinge pins out, which meant I had to take one of these E-clips off. And getting them back on is a bugger. And, oh, it's so annoying. And I still don't know what this is for. Is this for a transponder, I wonder? Like you stick a transponder on that. That's the only thing I can think of to take it racing, but other than that, I've got no idea what that is. Anywho, yeah. So, yeah. Next chapter, the next segment, will be showing this off cut out and hopefully masked up. And, yeah, after that, it'll be the spray painting. So, I'm going to go, and like I said, a few seconds will pass for you. Many hours and possibly even a day or two will pass for me. I also really need to stand up because this tripod on top of my foot is actually kind of causing me issues. It's kind of, you can't really see it all that well, but yeah, you can see there's a tripod there. It's under my lap, and Well, it's under my foot. It's on top of my foot, you see. So, and you can see there's the other bit. I need to think of better ways to. Why can't I turn this? I need to think of better ways to sort of put this camera and this tripod. So let me just readjust. There we go. Nope. Come on, back a bit. Bang a bit. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get this cut out, sanded down, obviously washed inside. I won't put these on yet. I'll put these on the day that I plan to paint it, which might not be today. So yeah. Yeah. Not much left to say, except I will see you lot. Well, actually, no, technically, you'll see me in a couple of seconds. It's getting quite dark in here. So, yeah, I'll see you in a few seconds. Yeah. Right. So, a few days have passed since that first segment. And the second segment is, as I said, to show off the body all cut out, all masked up, and all nicely sanded. Well, at least I hope so anyway. So, yeah. I did go around some of the areas in red Sharpie, so I knew where to cut. I was going to mask the inside of this, because this is supposed to be black, along with the side skirts and the back bumper just there, although that could probably do with a bit more sanding. Thankfully that's on the outside, so that's not scratched on the inside. But yeah, so these are supposed to be black. These are easy enough to mask off, but I tried masking this off on the inside and it was quite difficult around here. I couldn't quite get it to sort of get level, to stay flat. So it would just kind of wrap around this bit. It was very difficult to actually kind of get it in there. So what I will do, once it's painted, hopefully, I'm going to carefully cut around there. Well, I won't cut here because there's nowhere to really, there's like nowhere for your knife to sort of sit into to guide you. So I'm just going to cut there and then just sort of cut along there and then put some masking tape around there. As this being flat should make it a bit easier. There's not a lot of surface there to actually, you know, but yeah, it needs to go up to about there. So yeah, there's not a lot of flat surface area around these bits. So yeah, but yeah, that is the body all cut out, and a bit of packing tape on the top just to sort of hold it. And where's the paint? I'm currently trying to warm the paint up because I can't remember where I put it. Where did I put it? I think it's in my. Is it here? Oh, there it is. So yeah, and there's the metallic red, which hopefully was not a bad choice. Hopefully it comes out nice. So, but yeah, that's the color. So yeah, so the next segment will be, I'll be in the garage where I do my painting with the camera set up. I'll record like the first light coat, and then I'll record the last coat of red, and it's the same for the other ones as well. And before I forget, I did start to paint the spoiler. It went fine actually, but there were some bits that got stuck in there, so I just gave it a bit of a sanding down and just wiped it off with a cloth like that. So yeah, I didn't really have, this is the only sort of one of these that I've got, and it's not the best if you really want to get into certain details, which is why I got them on cocktail sticks, sort of, so I can move it around. Not the most rigid or sturdy, but it'll do the job. And then obviously I'll paint the wing mirrors as well. Although I want to get the paint, I want to get the black in this first, so I know how much I've got left. The inside of this, although you can use all of this, really only needs like 2 or 3 coats of the white and the black. You don't need to unload the entire can to back it. So, and obviously with the black being quite a dark color, You know, like 2 or 3 coats should be more than enough. But I also use the black to black out the windows, so I need to make sure there's a lot of coverage on that as well. But yeah, getting there. Just hope that the paint doesn't spoil. And yeah, I might give this one more coat just to see how it covers, and then I'll wait until I've sort of put the black onto that. But yeah, other than that, these all went on nicely. In some cases, I think the masking of this is the easiest part. It's just kind of, yeah. Getting the masking tape flat isn't always easy, because even when you're careful, it kind of still ruffles up, but shouldn't make any difference. And I'm trying to learn my lesson not to put too much paint on this, because there are times where I've unloaded the entire white and the black paints as well. Or I suppose this is the color and the white, not the black. And I lay it on so thick that it creates a skin over the window masks. And peeling this off has actually peeled off the paint. I don't know if that's because I haven't left it to dry long enough or what, but yeah, I'm trying to get out of the habit of just unloading an entire can of like white paint on it. The top coat's usually okay, but yeah, the backing coat, don't lay that on too thick, because I have had issues where it literally does create a skin, and when you're trying to peel it off, you can actually see the paint sort of peeling as well. But again, that might just be because I haven't really left enough time to dry, so it's kind of still a bit, you know, stretchy and whatnot. So yeah, not much left to say with this bit. I'm going to keep warming this can up a bit because it is quite cold out, you know, with it being November in the UK. And yeah, go outside and start painting it. And if it was the summer, I'd leave it in the garage because it gets really warm in there, so the paint will dry very quickly. But obviously with it being cold in the garage, I bring it indoors where it is warm, and so it should dry quite nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'm gonna go and stand up because, like I said in the last segment, I think it's like how I have to sit in order to have the camera where it is. I'm kind of sitting very awkwardly with my foot sort of underneath the tripod, and then the other one just sort of over here, you know, in order to try and get the camera at a good distance. This is a phone, this is an iPhone, so it's quite zoomed in, so I'm having to sit rather awkwardly. Normally I would go by the side of the camera, you know, like this side, but it gets a bit awkward sometimes. So yeah, yep, we'll end it there, and we'll come back in a few seconds. I need to wipe this out again, because before you do all this, wash the inside with some soap and a sponge and some water, obviously, to get rid of all the grease and grime from your fingers. Obviously you can't help but touch the inside again when you're doing all that, but I just use like a little glasses cloth and just kind of wipe it, and that works fine. So yeah, yeah, so I'll end it there for this segment, and in a few seconds we'll be in the garage and I'm about to lay down the first coat. I do need to wait a while though for this to warm up a bit. It does help. And yeah, it's a bit windy out as well, so I need to make sure I don't like get any wind blowing things on it. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbling on and we'll skip to the next bit where I'm gonna paint the body shell. Oh god, I don't know why, it's not early in the morning, but I do feel quite fatigued for some strange reason, and my voice and my mouth is oddly dry, so just kind of struggling to talk a bit. But yeah, anyway, skip to the next part and we'll put on the first coat. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, so a few seconds have passed for you, but actually many days have passed for me. due to a problem with painting the plastics. That's why there was nothing from the first coat to now, because unfortunately for some reason the black paint wouldn't cure properly. It just dried all patchy and blotchy and almost like a milky white places. It just wouldn't dry. It just wouldn't dry properly. It was supposed to dry with a nice glossy finish, like basically everything else I've ever painted, but it just didn't. It just dried horribly. And after several attempts, I even tried a different paint from High Coat rather than the Tamiya one, and it did exactly the same thing. So I'm not entirely sure if there was something wrong with the paint or if there was something wrong with the plastic, because I prep everything the way I need to. I warm the can up. I even warmed the plastic up with the hairdryer. It is November. It is cold over here in the UK. So I do warm things up. As soon as I spray painted it, I brought them in the house where it's warm, but nothing worked. Even the High Coat paint dried patchy. So no idea what was going on. It can't be the temperature. I've painted in the winter before and I've never had an issue. So feck knows. And even weirder is that I actually painted some more plastic, basically 26-year-old plastic. I painted the spoiler and wing mirrors from that Focus TL-01 I got, because they were painted yellow. I sanded off as much as I could, tried to remove as much of the paint I could, and then blasted it over with some Tamiya white. And I don't have them to hand, but they dried absolutely fine. So yeah, I have no idea why that black did not cure on that plastic. It must have been the plastic, I don't know. I cleaned it, but yeah, on Saturday, in fact today is Monday, but on Saturday I bought some more plastics from Tony's Tamiya parts. So I didn't spend first class this time, so it'll take a few days to get here. Just waiting for the order to be fulfilled. Oh crap, the 20% battery on this phone. Ah shit. Okay, never mind. I just wanted to quickly record peeling this off. So it's been on here for like a while now, so I just want to get this shot in. I just hope this works, because I haven't pulled this off yet since I last did it. So I've got no idea how crisp the line is. Ugh. And yeah, the battery in this iPhone, with it being an old iPhone, it's yeah, it doesn't last very long. So, oh god, yep, paint's going everywhere. Come on. Hope the sides went okay as well, because I cut those quite well, so I didn't bother with them masking tape. So hopefully, I don't know, the bloody black paint is going everywhere. I'm gonna have to hoover. Ugh. Oh god. Okay. Oh, those look fine. This is the front though was the complicated bit with all the curves. So, oh, it's a little bit. Come on, come on. Oh, it's a little bit. Oh, please tell me that's paint. Where was the gap? What? Well, I can remove that with some remover, but that's weird. That is really weird. Okay. Well then, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. Unfortunately, this is all the light I have. It's very dark in the UK at the moment. Very gloomy. So, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad that went okay. I still don't quite know where the gap was there, but yeah. Bloody Nora. It's bloody good old static cling. It's gone everywhere, including my foot. It's a nice big bit there. Oh. Biggest bit. Is that just like pure paint? and not a piece of the plastic. No, that is actually just pure paint. Oh, okay, I need a vacuum. So yeah, well, there we go. That is the body shell with its skin peeled off, and it's looking quite nice. I was a bit concerned with some of the paint bleed, but oh, Jesus, I just oh god, where'd this come from? Oh god. Okay, fine, you stay there. I was a bit concerned with some of the paint bleed, but it doesn't actually look too bad once the black paint went on. I did do a bit of a cleanup, but that looks fine as well, nice and crisp. I didn't actually look at the back properly. Nice and crisp. I might try and put some tape at the back because it is quite thin there, or some extra polycarbonate and just sort of like double-sided tape it to the back. But yeah, not too bad. This is just going to be the runner body, like I said, so I want it to look nice, but it doesn't have to look too good. But I want it to look nice since it will be on the shelf. So, and then I do have my plan for another Escort shell that I'd like to try and do. If I can, that might be a bit of a headache, but I want to try it. So yeah, oh yeah, and I also want to get a new body shell for that. With a very specific livery. I want to paint it specific colors and do some like a specific livery for it. So yeah, those body shells are like 40 quid unpainted, so it's like yow. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go, and this will be this section. The next section will probably be showing off the plastics properly painted, hopefully, and we can start putting some of the bits on. So a few seconds for you will pass, and many more days for me will pass. So yeah, I'm going to stick this phone on charge as well, actually, because it was 20% when I started recording. And yeah, battery is enough. So I'll see you in a few seconds. You'll see me in a few seconds. I keep getting that wrong. Yeah, you'll see me in a few seconds. Yeah. All right. Some considerable time has passed since the very first part, or the very first segment of this video. About 3 weeks, and it's all because of these things. These. Yeah, I think I mentioned this in the previous video that, God, it's really dark in here. Actually, give me 2 seconds. Let me try and open my blinds just a tiny bit more. I don't know if it's going to make much difference. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. Hang on, I need to try and find my oh god, my comfortable seating position again. How do I do it? Okay, so I could try and sit cross-legged with my foot still sort of underneath the tripod. Kind of like the only comfortable way to do this at the moment. Yeah, these things. Not these. These. Because yeah, I think I did mention in the last segment that I painted these with the PS paint, like I've always done, and it dried horribly. It was very patchy and blotchy and almost like a white in certain areas. It was just absolutely awful. So I tried to remove the paint, but that didn't work. It just got worse. So I had to try and find some more of these. Thankfully, Tony's Tamiya parts had some, so I bought some of those. They got here pretty quick, but I didn't want to risk the paint having that same problem again. So I bought some TS black, the metallic, although you can't, well, I suppose you kind of see a bit of metallic in that. But yeah, metallic black and some fine primer, some Tamiya primer, to prime them as well, just to be on the safe side. You shouldn't have to prime Tamiya plastic for Tamiya paint, but I did just in case. And thankfully, it seems as though they come out quite nicely. Which is kind of weird, because this was painted in PS paint. And aside from the little bit of dust, you can see that actually came out really nicely. The way it always does. I don't know why that spoiler didn't, but yeah, this is PS white, and you can't really see it because it's a bit bright, but yeah, it came out quite well. This is for the Focus that came with that TL-01. I'm going to sell these on eBay. I've painted them nice white, added some nice reflective sticker there. So yeah, these will be going on eBay because I have no use for them. But yeah, these have been the bane of the existence of this thing so far, and these are the reason why the massive delay, because I had to, the paint ruined it. I had to buy some more, then I had to buy some more paint, then I had to wait for those to arrive, then I had to spray paint them. Yeah, it was just a massive ball ache. But I finally also got the decals cut just there, so I can start applying those. Don't know if I'm going to put that on yet. Still thinking about it. It's not like I can even cut out these bits very carefully and stick them on the back, because if this was translucent, that would be great, but it's not. I mean, it might work. I'm undecided. I might just try and cut these out very carefully and just stick them down instead of having this whole thing, because yeah, it's not too bad of a match, but we'll see. But yeah, I can finally start putting the things on, like 3 weeks after the first part of this particular video, and probably like a month or more since part 1. So yeah, all because of these bloody pieces of plastic here, and the paint wouldn't dry. It was PS paint, which I know sticks to plastic fine. It can't be the weather, because I did heat up the paint first, and it still happened. I even heated up the plastic with a hairdryer, and it still happened. And as soon as I painted it, I brought them in to inside in the warmth, and it still did it. Whereas this was painted in the exact same conditions in white, and yeah, the paint came out perfect. So yeah, I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, anywho, it's time. Woo! I'm actually going to go and get some lunch probably, and the next video, or the next segment of this video, hopefully will be the decals on and the plastics on, and then hopefully part 4, no, is this part 5 or part 4? Whatever part number this is can finally be done, and then I'll sort of concentrate on that other body shell I mentioned that I was going to try and do with a Ford Focus, Ford Escort. Be a bit expensive though, because I've got to get some of the decals from MCI Racing. But yeah, ugh, so annoying. I can't believe these things set me back for like 2 weeks or something. Ugh. Yeah, anyway, yeah, in a few seconds we'll skip to the last part, hopefully, and we'll be done with this part of this whole video. This whole video will be done, so you'll see me, not the other way around, you'll see me in a couple of seconds. But for me, another few days will probably pass, because, you know, I'm slow. Yeah. Right, once again, seconds have passed for you, but days have passed for me. And yes, the body shell is finally finished, I hope. It's been like a month or something since I bought the TL-01 chassis, and like 3 weeks or something since I bought the shell. Things were just going wrong because of the plastics. The paint wasn't drying properly, and I had to buy some more paint, I had to buy some more plastics. It's a pain in the backside. But it looks like it's finally done. And this is the Audi chassis, the Audi shell, sorry, on the TL-01. So here is the TL-01, just quickly. All pretty standard. So I did customize this with a foam bumper on, with a, I think it's a TC-01. You know, the Gen 2 Formula E, Gen E Formula thingy. And that's the bumper as well from it. And yeah, I just kind of modified that. I might end up taking it off, I don't know. I'm not really sure I like it. And there's nothing in here to support these, which is why they're kind of bending down. So I need to try and figure that out. But other than that, yeah, it's all pretty standard and all looking quite nice. With the new toe links, and you can't really see them, but the hinge pins instead of the screws. So, and the wheels. Yeah, I had difficulty deciding on what wheels to use. Is either these or the bronze / gold coloured HPI TE37s, which I do like the look of on this. But I thought, you know what, I painted these silver when they were white, and I thought they actually look quite nice against the Audi body shell. Although I will probably get some of the silver multi-spoke wheels that would have originally been on the Audi. So, and possibly some slicks as well instead of the radials. And yeah, here's the body shell. Let's actually get that out of the way. I have to do this at an awkward angle, sort of thing, mostly because of the sun. And in the winter, the sun is already setting, and yeah, it's only 3 o'clock, so I'm making use of what sun we have. But yeah, so as you can see, I've put on just the normal stickers, except for this, which you have no choice. Other than that, everything went on fine, thank God. Nothing went wrong, nothing ripped, nothing tore, nothing bubbled. I think I've got everything centered. So I just used a candle lighter to put heat on and put them in. This was a nightmare for some strange reason. The little stickers there, which I nearly lost both of these. Got the black paint, which I painted on the outside, which all looks fine. And I got the back. This sticker here, I'm actually covering up a dent, which I think happened when I dropped it while painting. I can't remember if that particular scene was left in the video, because I might have to take out a lot of, if not most of, the painting, because otherwise this video is currently sitting at well over an hour and 20 minutes long. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to edit it down a bit. So there's the inside that I always paint black. For some reason it never seems to set properly the same. Like here it's nice and smooth, but here it's a bit rough. So I'm not quite sure why that is. But basically just stuck that in there as well. Don't know why. And yeah, there's the spoiler, which painted metallic black, which I'm not entirely sure that's convincingly metallic, but yeah. Kind of annoyed here, because you can see there are like some scuffs and scratches. Not the fingerprints, but just like the scuffs and scratches. I think there's some on the front windshield as well. Yeah, look, you can see that? That is annoying. Do you know what caused that? A cloth, a cleaning cloth for glasses. These glasses in particular. Yeah, that was a cleaning cloth for glasses. For some strange reason, it does not do well with polycarbonate, as it actually scratched it up. I'm not even joking. Yeah, that was an actual cloth to clean glasses with. Actually did that. So yeah, you can see, because it's nowhere else. Once I realised what it was doing, there's a little bit there. Yeah, once I realised what it was doing, I thought, oh no. Obviously you wouldn't see that if the windows weren't black, but I like to darken my windows because there's nothing worthwhile seeing in it. So, you know, all you'll see is this and the gaps and everything, and it just kind of looks a bit ugly. Unless it has a cockpit in it, in which it's fine. But yeah, I mean, I've even tried smoking some of my windows, but smoke paint, good lord, that is difficult to work with. I nearly ruined a Opel Calibra shell with smoke paint. Thankfully I had some black paint left over to paint the windows. But yeah, smoke paint, I don't know how to use it properly. I've even warmed the can up and it still kind of sprays a bit blotchy and everything, so I kind of stopped using that and just kind of went back to blacking my windows out. Obviously none of these are going to go racing, because I think racing rules, you can't have blacked out windows, which is kind of weird, because apparently it's so that the you know, the people there can make sure you're not running anything you shouldn't, which is a weird thing, because you can just take the body off and look at it that way instead of just looking through the windows. But hey, what do I know? I don't make those rules. So yeah, I was actually going to put this on a TT-02 instead, but I got a spare one of those. But the front's fine, but the rear, it's a bit far of the wheels are too far that way, so there's like no gap here, and a big gap here. Well, it's actually kind of almost the same there, but it's like a lot more like that. It looks more like that. So I'm like, ooh, that does not fit on my TT-02 properly. So I've got a spare TT-02 chassis, which I might convert into a rally chassis like I did with that other Escort Michelin Pilot. I might convert that TT-02 into an off-roader, raise the suspension, and I can use that Escort rally car body shell that I want to do. So yeah, I want to make another Escort shell based on a rally car, and I might put it on that TT-02. Yeah, not really much left to do to this, I suppose, other than maybe I'll try and get those multi-spoke alloys, which would have come with the Audi in the first place. Other than that, might trim these front ones down, because most chassis, most body shells aren't that much higher than this anyway. Most of them are like the same height at the front. It's just the back that might be a bit different. So I'll trim those down, perhaps, and leave the rear ones at least, maybe. But yeah, there we go. I think I can finally draw this video to a close now. Finally. And yeah, it's got the oil shocks. The TT-02 does not have oil shocks. It has the old pogo sticks. So that will definitely be an upgrade for that. So yeah, there's not really anything left to do, except for maybe the wheels. And this TL-01 chassis restoration is finally, technically, done after such a long period of time has passed. I'm pretty sure it has been more than a month since I actually got the chassis. Dear. Yeah, there's not really much left to say, I don't think, but yeah, I'm finally done with this, and yeah, I can finally do what I need to do and just have it on the shelf and have it looking nice. I do want to obviously take it out for a test drive. No means of recording footage yet, unfortunately. I still need to obtain myself a GoPro and a head mount, and then I can record it that way. But until then, yeah, can't really do much, which is unfortunate, because I'd like to record my footage. I just haven't been able to record. Oh god. I just haven't been able to record any for a while, because I've got no means of doing it. So yeah, I mean, I do like these wheels. They do look quite nice. I know these are rally wheels and not like touring car wheels, but it fits. They fit, you know, it's quite good. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Finally, end. So yeah, and like I said, if I include every single clip I made of this, it's like an hour and a half. So I'm going to have to either leave out most of, a vast majority of all that painting, because that seems to have done the biggest bulk. And yeah, but now that I've finally recorded this part, I can finally edit, put it all together, upload it to YouTube, and I can be done with this restoration. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It's nice to do a it's nice to do a Tamiya. God, this bloody tripod. Stay. Yeah, it was nice to do a Tamiya at last after doing I've done like 6 Mavericks and like 4 of them for YouTube. So yeah, it was nice to do a Tamiya where things were a little bit cheaper and actually surprisingly easy to find. And on top of that, a lot of the parts, or some of the parts, I actually already had. So, unlike the Maverick parts, which are quite expensive for some reason, and some of them are a bit hard to find. So, but yeah, it was nice to do a Tamiya at last. Maybe I'll try and find a TA-01 chassis, or maybe a TT-02 chassis that's been around for quite a while. Who knows? I would like, if I can, to get a hold of a second-hand used but in good condition Tamiya or any other kind of nitro touring car. So I've got a nitro buggy with the Acme Condor and a nitro monster truck with the HPI Bullet. But I'd like a road car nitro perhaps. So yeah, and I do, hopefully, I'm going to be scouting around for a HPI Rush or Rush Evo. to do a restoration of. Although parts for that are actually kind of few and far between as well. So, and so are the body shells. If it comes with a body shell that's like completely knackered, I can't replace it. So, yeah, I have to purchase very carefully with that. But yeah, not much left to do, not much left to say, except for thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this Tamiya TL-01 restoration. I can finally stop recording in these weird positions, mostly again because of the sun, because I still have the tripod right in front of me, and I'm having to have my foot under the tripod just to get the thing far enough back, because this, I'm pretty sure this iPhone has a much more zoomed in field of view than my other phone, which is kind of annoying. I would like to replace this SE2 with an SE3, although I have a funny feeling it's not going to make any difference. Actually, are they any different? Are they bigger, or are they the same size? So I think they do have the same sort of camera module, but I'm not quite sure how much better the SE3 is over the SE2. Anyway, yeah, I'll look into that anyway, because I do want to replace this iPhone with maybe another SE3, and maybe even use my camcorder once I get it up and running. Maybe that might be a bit better. I don't know. We'll have to see. So yeah, I'm going to stop blabbering on now, because I've actually got this hooked up to my PC to charge because the battery was very low. So yeah, I'm going to go now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll come back hopefully with another restoration at some point. If you have any ideas of what chassis, Tamiya, HPI, whatever, not Kyosho, they are deadly expensive a lot of the time. But if it's something affordable like a Tamiya or a HPI, FTX, maybe, I don't know, let me know. I'll try and find a chassis and do a restoration of it. Woo. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna go. Thank you. Bye.